Hey man, my name's Korg. We're starting a revolution. Wanna come? Huh, piss off, ghost! Thor Ragnarok, released in 2017 and is directed by Taika Waititi, who has also directed such films like What We Do in the Shadows, Hunt for the Wilder People, Jojo Rabbit, and Thor Love and Thunder. Scheduled to come out this weekend, that's why we're talking about the Thor films today, and so far, this is definitely the best entry in the entire Thor franchise, and one of the best entries in the entire MCU. And this film is starring Chris Hemsworth, Tom Hiddleston, Idris Elba, Jeff Goldblum, Tessa Thompson, Carl Urban, Mark Ruffalo, Anthony Hopkins, and Cate Blanchett, who is so confusing to watch on screen in this movie because I watch her and she's so evil. She is literally just hell incarnate. She is death. But I can't help but want to be with her because, wow, she is stunning. So it's like, wow, you're stunning, but I'm also afraid for my life, but I don't care. Just give me a call and I'll drive on over. You'll probably kill me, but I don't care. It's worth it. Notice how I didn't say Kat Dennings or Natalie Portman are in this movie. Probably why this film is so freaking good. It has been a couple of years since Avengers: The Age of Ultron, and Thor has been scouring the universe looking for these Infinity Stone things. But upon his return to Asgard, he discovers that Odin is no longer in charge, it is Loki in disguise. So Thor and Loki go looking for Odin, find him in Norway, and he tells them that his time is fleeting, and that Hela, the goddess of war, is coming to rule and take over all of Asgard. So Thor gets into a scuffle with Hela, and going through a different time warp thing through the Bifrost, lands on a strange world called Sakaar, where he's taken captive and forced to compete in some gladiatorial events. I can see the writer's room now, where the writers were given the task from Kevin Feige to be like, okay, we have Thor Ragnarok, but we also want to do Planet Hulk, which are two separate things. Now it's your job to write and connect it. So go. And they managed to freaking do it. So congrats to them. This is one of my favorite MCU films. And the majority of thanks for that is the direction with Taika Waititi. The first Thor films tried to ground and don't want to say like neuter Thor and the mythology behind Thor, but definitely try to make Thor more relatable and trying to ground the whole mythology of Norse mythology and all the Thor stuff into a world and a realm that fits into an Avengers universe and helps us, the audience, kind of relate to them more. Here though, in this film, Waititi said, no, Thor, the universe of Thor, the world of Thor is really weird. Let's embrace that weirdness. Let's go crazy. Let's add color. Let's add comedy. Let's add all these weird aliens and tasks and shit. And I know that a lot of the tone and a lot of the color palette with this movie was changed regarding Taika Waititi's directing style and his directorial concept for this film. Because if you remember that whole press conference when they were talking about the whole Phase 3 thing, we saw the logo for Thor Ragnarok and it looked a lot like Thor the Dark World, trying to go for that Norse mythology, oh, this is serious, we're talking about the end of the world and all things type movie. Then Taika Waititi takes over, and then we get this logo that's very 80s weird and looks like it's gonna be a lot of freaking fun. Plus, he puts a lot of his own humor that we see in films like What We Do in the Shadows and Jojo Rabbit. But for those of you that haven't seen this film, I don't want it to come across like, oh, this film is completely funny, it's a comedy. And it's not. There are stakes in this movie that we haven't seen up to this point in the MCU at all. When Hela comes on screen, yes, there are some funny things that she says, but she takes out everyone. She wipes out the entire Asgardian army. The Warriors 3, big characters in the whole Thor mythology and the Thor history in the comics, are wiped out like that. Zachary Levi, who plays Fandral in this movie, who plays Shazam in the DCEU, is in this movie for, I would say, be lucky if it was 20 seconds. He's there, and then he's dead. And I think a lot of people forget that this film has those stakes and has all of these dark and serious bits and pieces to it. And it all makes for a terrific villain in Hela, because you see where she's coming from. She was the original firstborn of Odin when Odin was war-stricken and wanted to take over everything. Hela is one of Max's favorite MCU villains too, so he heard me talking about her and he was like, yep, I gotta be a part of that. So you like Hela? Yeah, you like Hela a lot. Yeah, I like her too. She's a great villain, one of the best in the whole MCU. But you see where she comes from when she destroys the ceiling and there's the whole mural of Odin and him with the spear taking over everything. And it's all true. It reminded me of how I felt in Captain America the Winter Soldier when we're being told the truth about how Hydra has infiltrated every form of government in the country and in the world. This is very similar to that, where you have these ideas of these people that are placed on this pedestal of being great and kind and very visionary, but you have to remember, okay, how did these people come to power? How did these people get there? Usually by cracking some eggs. Until one day when they decide, no, I want to be the benevolent god. I absolutely get it, and it makes Hela into one of the best MCU villains in the entire MCU. And then this was the time when Chris Hemsworth was just spreading his wings in this character. I feel like he felt restraint in the first two. He was trying to be this almost Shakespearean-like character and had this very serious drawl about him, but here, he's cutting back. He is loose, he is relaxed, he has fantastic comedic chops. Probably had something to do with this whole film being shot in Australia, his home country, so he probably felt more at home and comfortable. But he's hilarious, he has great comedic timing, and he has great little pieces of dramatic dialogue in here. And we have one of the best Thor and Loki moments that has ever happened in the MCU when they're in the elevator breaking out of Sakaar, and Loki's talking about how he's probably gonna make me go with him, and Thor's just like, no, we've done this whole song and dance over and over and over again. You should stay here. You're on your own path. I'm on mine. I wanted us, years ago, thought we were going to be together forever, but that's just not in the cards because we're two different people. And I love that moment. There are so many great character moments in here, even though it's disguised in this guise of being a comedy. But you do have great comedic characters in here, like Korg and Meek, played by Taika Waititi. Oh my god, I love Korg. Hey man, I tried to start a revolution, but no one came. Didn't print enough pamphlets. Only person that came was my mom and a boyfriend who I hate. Piss off, ghost! Another day, another Doug. I was so worried in Infinity War when he didn't show up. I'm like, no, don't kill off Korg. I love Korg. Don't kill him off, no! Thankfully, he showed up in Endgame and he's gonna be in Thor Love and Thunder this weekend, thank God. The only thing that bugged me about this movie, and it's kind of happened a lot in the MCU as of late, is that they spoiled a huge-ass reveal in this movie in the trailer. If they would have just bit their tongue and took a step back and be like, you know what? Let's save the Hulk for the movie. Let's not put him on the poster. Let's not put him in the trailer. Let's have everyone have no idea that he's going to be in this. If they would have held off on that, I think this movie would have been perfect. But in the trailer, one of the biggest reveals of this movie, he comes out in the arena and Thor goes, yes, he's a friend from work. It's a great moment in the movie. I just wish it would have been saved for the movie and not the trailer. That's a small nitpick though. This is one of my favorite MCU films. It is easily in my top 5. Where it falls in there, it depends on the day, but it is in my top 5 of all the MCU films. I'm gonna give Thor Ragnarok 4.5 out of 5 Blu-rays.
It's good. It's good.
All right, everyone, Max and I are going to get out of here and go watch Thor Love and Thunder, hopefully sometime this weekend, and I'll get my review of that out sometime this weekend or on Monday. If for whatever reason I can't make it out, we'll just select from one of the movies here on my shelf and we'll watch it next time. So guys, if you've seen Thor Ragnarok, what did you think about it? What is your ranking of all of the original 3 Thor films? Whatever you thought, comment below, let me know what you thought about it. And as always, if you like what you see here, if you like my take on movies, then hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell. See you on the next time I release next movie review. So guys, I will see you next time on the channel, but in the meantime, be well, be good to each other, and go watch a movie. Take care, guys.